What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? We got Chris in the building, introvert in the building. How you guys doing today, man? How you guys doing today? Can you guys still hear that crackling noise? I want that to be like the back tone. Not too loud, but like I still want it to be heard. Chris said, "Hi, this is about to get very interesting." Yeah, bro, because this I've been noticing some stuff as I went out today, just to the gym. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We'll let some more people come into the live stream before we get started. Really appreciate you guys for coming here on this late Saturday night. Hopefully you've been having a good weekend so far. You know, got some rest, get to get off of work and be with some friends, or maybe you were with your girl. Who knows? But there's definitely something going on in relationships, man. Said my dog went. Chris said my dog went missing Thursday, and I thought the coyotes got her. She was found and returned. Shout out to you, man. That's good. That's good. I was just out today too. Yeah. So as you guys were out today, you guys let me know what your perspectives were. What did you see within your own lives as well? So we have some data from both sides, not just my data, but your data, and we can culminate it all, bring it all together on this live stream. So this is gonna get very interesting because Valentine's Day has never been this silent before. And don't make any mistakes about it, guys. There's, of course, people that are still posting. But I'm going to tell you guys who I've seen specifically who's been posting on Valentine's Day. And just a side note, Valentine's Day is one of those days where it's like, why do people wait to celebrate their wives, their lovers on Valentine's Day? Why do people, wait to celebrate their mother, their father on these days? Why do they wait for family to come together on Christmas and Thanksgiving? Like, why can't we just all have a tradition, have a habit of checking in and talking to each other? It just kind of it saddens me, you know. And what's also saddening is that I'm not. It's not about the stream. We're going to get into that maybe on another stream. Maybe it's another live stream idea. Introvert says, I saw a man and a woman at the mall wearing matching pink outfits. This stuff had me speechless. Yeah, as you guys, I see we got some people climbing. The numbers are climbing as you guys come in here. Double tap the screen, hit the like button, especially if you don't want to support the stream monetarily. I understand times can be hard right now, depending on where you are. The economy is not doing very well. The least you can do is to double tap the screen and hit the like button, or engage with the chat to get some engagement. These things are free. It's much appreciated. Matching pink sweats. Yeah, there's no way. I'm not matching anything with a woman. We might color coordinate, but we're not going to be having matching things. It's utterly ridiculous. Now, you guys do what you want to do. You guys do what you want to do. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just saying what I wouldn't do. It's completely unnecessary. But so let's go ahead and get into this, man. And as we go along, you guys are more than welcome to share your Valentine's Day observations from your own perspectives, what you've seen on today. We probably expect to be in here about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the engagement. Gentlemen, I will judge you. Chris, like, hey, I will judge you if you have matching outfits. Shout out to Chris for being honest and upfront. We should all be honest and upfront. It's very masculine. You're in a powerful position where you can be upfront and not hide anything. But anyways, guys, let me give you my perspective and what I've seen and noticed on today. So obviously, people are not posting as much as they normally post on Valentine's Day. I didn't see a lot of people happy. I didn't see a lot of people posting stuff about their lovers, gifts they've gotten. And like I said before, there's people posting, but there's certain people that are posting. But before we get into that, because that's a talking point I have written down, uh, dating, we're seeing the effects of dating pop out into different areas of our lives. And this goes to show you on Valentine's Day, women are going to Galentine's. Women technically have turned Valentine's Day into Galentine's Day. A bunch of women getting together and celebrating each other, and trying to throw it in men's faces like you're not going to date us, then we're going to treat our own selves. Which if they were being honest, they would rather be on a date. They would rather have a man, but they got to lie to keep up the facade of them being happy. It's complete nonsense. And then you got the women, like Nicholas said on Thursday, that are out and about to seek. They're treating it like Valentine's Day, like their birthday, like they can get an easy, because they're lonely and missing the male attention. They'll go out and dress scantily clad just to get the attention of men so they can get at least their sexual pleasures met, at the very least. And so there's various women doing various strategies. You got women doing the Galentines, you got women that didn't post anything, women posting stuff, and women that are going out trying to get their intercourse satisfaction, which is a level of validation for women. They don't like to admit that to you guys, but that's definitely a part of their validation. Um, Now, let's talk about the people that I see that were posting. This is very specific that I've noticed. So, there's two kinds of people that I've noticed that were posting. These are people that are married, uh, in very long-term relationships. I'm talking about 2, 3, 4 year long-term relationships. They're basically engaged and married, in my opinion. They're not going anywhere. When people that may not be married but have long-term relationships and have kids, these are the people that I see that are posting consistently on Valentine's Day, where they went, where they're going, what they had for dinner. These are the only people that I see consistently posting about Valentine's Day. Now, there is another category of people that are posting. So this very awkward thing. This is the new thing about women that you have to pay attention to, that I want to inform you guys, because this is sort of a red flag in a way. And men and women, we post and do things and say things that mean different things. You might say the same thing, but mean something entirely different. So this new strategy, this new thing that I see women are doing is they'll post a dinner. They'll post the gifts they've received. They'll post, loving messages or whatnot. But they won't post the guy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you know women specifically, you know that women, when they find a man that they like, they show him off any chance they get, especially if it's a guy they really want, a guy they really like. They want to show off to other women that, hey, I'm this good of a girl to pull this kind of guy. So I'm parading him around like he's the prize in a way. But women are receiving gifts, they're getting taken out and all this stuff, but they're not posting the man. That's very, very peculiar. So she's appreciative of the gift, but she's not proud of the man. Tell me you guys have seen this. Tell me, have you guys noticed this about the new social media trend about women and dating? See, when a man doesn't post a woman, he don't want to post her, or he blurs her face out or blurs the kids out for protection purposes. You know, if somebody attacks you, they're going to attack your wife or your child. Also, they're kind of mate guarding in a way because they know a lot of men out there are thirsty and will slide in your girl's DMs unnecessarily and all this stuff and send her all kind of nude pictures. It gets quite ridiculous. So that's one of the reasons why men won't post their women on social media. The main reasons. Women, they're not going to post you if they're not proud of you, if they're not really into you. They're not going to post you because if they're really into you, they like you, they will make sure that this guy that they're proud of is shown off to indicate that he's taken and to indicate that, you know, she's this good of a woman to pull this kind of guy, like I said earlier. So women are not posting men. They're posting the gifts, the rewards, the things they've received, but they're not posting the men. This is a very new trend that you guys have to be aware of, and you should peep it next time you're on social media. Yeah, these are the relationships where it's either a sugar daddy situation, it's an older guy that she don't want everybody to know. He doesn't look good, but he makes good money. It's one of these simp white knight kind of guys that, you know, one of the beta male orbiters where he's constantly giving her attention and, you know, basically bombarding her to the point to where she feels sorry for him and kind of gives him a shot on the low. And so they might be, you know, dating on the low or whatnot. And, you know, she'll show off the gift and all that stuff to indicate that she's to other women that, hey, I might not be proud of this guy, but I got something on Valentine and you didn't. And so that's better than being lonely than you most of you other women. And so this is what these things mean to this is how women's subtle uh, kind of nature and things that they're doing when it comes to posting on social media. So let me, before we get too far deeper into this as we go along, I'm gonna read some comments as you guys come in here. Double tap the screen to hit the like button. It's free. Engage with the content. It's free. It gets more people in here. If you guys want to support monetarily, all the ways you can are in the description. You can hit the super chat feature at the bottom of the screen. Let me read some comments. I already told you that this ish is a scam. Valentine's Day sounds zesty. It is zesty. And increasingly, the zestiness is increasing as we go along in society. I don't know who in the hell came up with that BS, but that's mad sus. Yeah, Valentine isn't real. It's a stupid day that shouldn't exist. If you're an adult, you don't celebrate this day. I agree. So the facade, I already see through the BS. Yeah, most of us do. The intelligent people do. They see right through the facade. Most people on social media, they only post the highlights. They never post their failures. They never post the arguments. They never post the fact that they're going to get divorced and they hate each other. They're going to always keep up the facade. This is the political nature of people. So, you know, it's a key understanding. My wife is Russian. They do not have Valentine's Day. Shout out to see, this is why men are going across the waters to get women because they're cultured not to receive gifts on holidays. They're cultured to be good women, to be good to deal with. And in case you're wondering, this is water. This is not soda. This is not a beer. Water in a can. I know. So very little people are posting about Valentine's Day, and if they are posting, it's only married people, people in long-term relationships with kids, and there's people that are posting the gifts they receive and not posting the individual that they're with. So besides them two people, two kinds of people, everybody else is, excuse me, virtually non-existent. They're off the internet. They're with their sneaky link and to get this little validation and not feel alone. Excuse me, or whatnot, or they're with the facade of their boyfriend and knowing that they've been cheating on him for the past 2 months, but they want to get the receive the validation, you know, from this holiday it gives them and the attention that they receive from social media. Also, I don't know where you guys are in the world or in the United States, but a lot of rain was happening today. So a lot of people got rained in, unfortunately. So they didn't get to go out as much as they would probably like to. And it's crazy, rain on a Valentine's Day. That's a goes to show you how um, the nature is indicating what people are actually feeling on the inside. It's crazy, right? Asking someone to be your Valentine's is juvenile. Now that I think about it, why do you say that? And plus, usually when you ask somebody to be your Valentine's the day, this is why people don't critically think, men don't critically think, especially if you're going to ask a woman to be your Valentine's Day, that means you actually like this woman. That means you want to eventually make her your girlfriend. But the thing you have to be aware of is women will say yes to you being their Valentine's Day with no intention of being with you long term because they want the attention and the validation that comes with that day. They want the attention, the validation, the gifts they receive that they're going to receive from you on that day. Now, once that day is over, she's going to go back to bad boy Brad, you know, Bobby back blow. That's who she's going to go back to. And you're going to be wondering, like, damn, I did all this in hopes of getting a relationship. Well, these things don't guarantee you a relationship. It's just you simping, to be quite honest with you. And simping basically means that you're doing all these different things for a woman that doesn't really truly like you or care about you. And, it happens. If you're a young person, you should have learned these lessons a lot earlier in life. But sometimes some men learn them at 30, 35. You know, it happens. Better late than never. It was cloudy all day today. Asking someone to be your Valentine's is, it was a cloudy day today. Ironically, yeah, I know, extremely ironic. Haru, is that a woman in the building? Shout out to you. Yeah, it's dating today. This just goes to show you that people aren't dating. The men are like, hey, I'm not gonna spend money. I'm not gonna do all this stuff for a woman that's still gonna cheat on me at the end of the day. That still ran through at the end of the day. Men are really like, hey, I'm not investing in this stuff. And women are coming to terms like, damn, these men really aren't investing in me. So I'm going to have to go out to Valentine's Day. I'm going to have to turn this day into my own day, a self, reflection day, or not a reflection day, but a self, women call it self-care day. And that's what women do when they're coping with their loneliness. They'll post these things about self-care. And I took myself out to movies. I took myself out to dinner. They would much rather have a man there. I already learned these lessons years ago in my early 20s. Good for you. So this is how we have like economic indicators of how the market is doing. This is another indicator of how the dating marketplace is doing. It's not doing very good. And we're not shocked. If we're being honest, we're not shocked at all. We seen it coming. and plus the economy is not doing very well. So people aren't spending bukus of money. You don't have the money. So it's quite crazy, and this just goes to show you the lack of effort that people put into these gifts and all this stuff. On Valentine's Day, I can't tell you how many teddy bears I've seen from the people that were posting. I'm like, God damn, like, what can you really do with a teddy bear? Like, what's the utility of that? It's just a prop that sits in the corner. Like, what are you gonna do? Lay with it and hug it as you go to sleep? Like, these things don't make any sense to me. But to average normal people, normies as we call them, shout out to CGA. Um, these are the things they engage in, and I'm just like, these things making absolutely no sense. Like, if I'm going to get a gift, I need something that is highly pleasurable, that has utility, and these things are just props essentially. It's kind of crazy to me. I've seen a lot of people not. I see a lot of people posting roses and different stuff, and that's the other thing. It's just like roses. Why would you okay? You're either getting fake roses. Well, what's the utility of having a fake rose, right? It doesn't make any sense. These things are just symbolism. What are you gonna do with that? It's just gonna sit in the corner. And then same thing with real roses. These things are just gonna rot and just go sit in the corner. Like, what is the utility of this stuff? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. These are just things that look decent, I guess. Excuse me. And at least at least when people get, like, you get a some jewelry, some underwear, or something. You get your girl some lingerie. We've all been there. You get your girl you some lingerie. It's crazy. I look back on it. I'm like, damn. I was in high school getting my girlfriend lingerie. Ain't that crazy? Like, that's a major trip. Like, in high school, you shouldn't even be thinking that way, but I was doing that shit. I'm like, damn, bro, that's some shit you get your girl maybe like in college or something. Like, I don't know, long term relationship kind of shit. But in high school, damn, I was. And she put them on and sent pictures to me. It's crazy. But these are things that we do for women. And then you do all these things for Valentine's Day, and the next week you get broken up with. And you're like, damn, what did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. You were just a nice guy simp. She didn't rock with you like that. She was just using you for your attention, your free gifts, and your validation. Uh, you always have to be aware of this. Yeah, I was wilding, bro. I look back on that shit. I'm like, damn, that's some shit I was doing like at 17. Damn, damn. That's some shit you do like 21 and up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I've been doing this for a long time, bro. I'll let you know what kind of character I was in high school, in college. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. It happens to all of us. I don't really do that. I don't really do that shit too much anymore because it's just like, as a man, you become to realize, like, you know what? I don't need any foreplay. I don't need you to wear anything sexy. Just take the clothes off and we can get this shit going. And plus, a lot of the lingerie is extremely expensive anyway for no reason. It's like, damn, just take the clothes off. We're ready to go here. We don't need to warm up. I don't need any of that stuff. Which lets you know the nature of women. They're passive aggressive. They want to circle around it before they actually hit the middle, the actual topic, the actual main point. They want to go around it and go all this stuff. It's the woman's nature. For guys, it basically gets the flowers, put the check in the box, have a good day. Exactly. Exactly. And everybody does the same thing. I just it there's no originality to it. You either getting a roses, teddy bears, like you do the same. Everybody's doing the same shit. The same shit, you know. And I don't know about you guys, but when everybody's doing the same shit, that like makes me want to not do it. But again, I'm not the average person out here, and neither are you guys. And you know what's crazy, guys? Guys will do all this stuff for a woman, and they won't get laid tonight. They'll be like, "I'm bloated. I'm too tired. Let's do it tomorrow morning." And some women they'll tell you on Thursday, don't expect no action because I'm on my period. Meanwhile, Sunday night, she's with her sneaky link whenever you left. She took your leftovers, your dinner leftovers to him. You know, he didn't get her any gifts. Matter of fact, he just smashed and went balls deep, and she went, "Oh Lord," and "Oh God," and calling him all kind of daddies and all this stuff, and he didn't do anything. Meanwhile, you took her out on dinner. You got roses, the teddy bear, you got the post, you got the little side hug from her that she posted on social media, and then get the draws, homie. Ain't that pathetic? Ain't that crazy? But this is what's going on in this world. It's an evil world out here. It's an evil world. The least I did was give away a pack of candy back in high school, but damn, sure not lingerie. Also, parents would strongly disapprove of them wearing inappropriate stuff like that anyway. Well, she came from a broken family, and I didn't tell my mom that I bought that shit. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm going to be real with you. So, ain't that crazy? You do all this stuff for a woman and then get to smash on Valentine's Day. Ain't that pathetic? Don't you feel like a damn fool? Yep, and you do all this stuff, and then you're not gonna see her till next week, and the next day she's with her sneaky link. Cold world, cold world, cold world, cold ass world. Now, the place that I see that was popping today, that the people that are in relationships and marriages that are going, they're definitely going to the movies tonight. That's definitely the move for the people that are on dates. They're definitely going to the movies. The movies was packed today, especially around 7:30. The parking lot was packed, which is crazy. It never happens. So people either went to a restaurant or they went to the movies. And I'm sure there's some Galentine's women in between all this as well. So did you guys notice anything peculiar about Valentine's Day in your own perspectives in your own daily lives? You guys let me know. Ooh, check beat. So yeah, we're not getting a lot of engagement on tonight. So you might have to cut this one short. What's going on, Grant? You say you see this Trent Williams stuff. What's going on with Trent Williams? Good to see you, Grant. Talking about Valentine's Day and how people are not posting. Let me Google Trent Williams really quick. What's going on with Trent Williams? He said basically he bring his GF to the NFL honors show instead of his wife. Yeah. Hey, my man, he's in a polygamous relationship. That's obvious. His wife said she's cool with it, probably because he has millions. Yeah, that's part of it, and that's part of the reason why you get polygamy in the first place. A lot of people think that you get polygamy because you want to have intercourse with multiple women. No, you get polygamy because you can afford to take care of all of them and the intercourse. And you're being respectful. They're upfront and everything. So yeah, he's in a polygamous situation. Um, so yeah, that is that. And that just goes to show you that women will share a high value man. So if you guys are famous, have millions, or making good money, and you're in shape, or you have status or whatnot, women will be willing to share you. If you guys want to engage in that. Now, some guys still rather get into monogamous relationships or stay single, which I understand as well. But yeah, this is just a big tale of the 80-20 rule. The 20% of men get most of the women. So yeah, shout out to Trent Williams. He's actually from my hometown in East Texas. So I think he went to Longview. He was a Lobo as well. Shout out to him. I think he ran multiple camps back home. So yeah, he's a beast. One of the top offensive linemen in the game. Period. All time. Definitely an unruly character. If you disrespect him, here comes a fist your way. Here comes a 15-yard penalty flag your way as well. He's known for that, but he's a beast on the field. Yeah, if you can provide a luxurious lifestyle for them, they'll share a guy. I had no idea he was a Lobo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. Let me see. Let's see. High school, hometown. Let's go hometown. Yep, attended Longview High School and has yep. Trent Williams Day. Wow. I didn't even know he went to the University of Oklahoma. Yeah, he's class of '06 high school, Longview Lobos. Yeah, them Lobos is, yeah, that's crazy, ain't it, Grant? Let's say that I do something for a woman on a day like this, probably light candles, maybe run her bubble bath and some stuff like that. But but that's only if we're in a long-term relationship. Yeah, I mean, you guys can do what you deem best for your woman. Every woman's different. She desires different things. Some women just want your time. So, you just taking her out to dinner or taking out to a movie is good for her. Some women they require more. They want the whole setup. They want the whole thing. The flowers on the ground. You walk her to the bedroom. It's a thing of wine right there, and you drink a little bit of wine, and then you have foreplay, and then you get right into it. Some women want gifts and a whole bunch of gifts to post for their friends. So that's going to be up for you guys to interpret your woman, what she values and likes. But doing what everybody else is doing and getting roses and teddy bears, that's definitely not unique at all. And getting your woman something is not a problem. The problem comes in is whenever you get to simping. And the key part about simping that most men miss is that simping means that you're doing all the stuff for a woman that doesn't like you. If the woman likes you and respects you and you get her gifts, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not simping. You're especially women should get rewards for good behavior. You know, we're not Myron Gaines or Fresh and Fit or all this stuff where women should just get nothing. They should just be happy that I'm here. Now, granted, I don't mean to get unnecessary gifts either. But if she's been cordial and she respects you and does a lot for you and bring a lot of value to you, you damn sure should get her something as well. This is not a woman hating channel. We champion the good women over here that are doing the right thing. Um, so yeah. So Grant, you notice anything? Have you noticed well as much as well that people aren't posting much on Valentine's Day? It's the same few people that are married or in long term relationships that are posting. Most people are not posting anything. Have you noticed that, Grant? What you tell me what your perspective is and what you saw. And this is the social media era, the first time in the social media era that I've noticed not a lot of people posting. He said I haven't really looked into it. I've seen some posts though. Yeah, this from the regular people that have already been in relationships. But yeah, it's been very ghost like this year. Not a whole lot of people are posting like they normally do. And we're still in cuffing season, meaning that we're still in winter. Meaning so that's the reason why again January, February, March is next month. So a lot of these people that are in relationships on Valentine's Day, they're going to get broken up with because spring break is coming. And you guys know when spring break hits and the spring hits, a lot of rain's going to come as well. But vacation time, South Padre, Florida, they're going. This is the start of allegedly, summer really, and so they're going to get started with spring break, and they're going to go wild at these different events and vacations, getting smashed out. So a lot of these guys that are on Valentine's Day, unfortunately, this is the unfortunate reality. A lot of people that are in relationships today will be broken up by spring break, and then your girl or possibly even your man will be on spring break out of the country or in Florida, having intercourse with a different person, partying, getting ready for the summer vibes. And yeah, sad reality. My wife wants to go to Hawaii with her friends. I told her she could go for 10 days. Hey, you're the leader, Chris. You know. Now, I'm sure you know, it could be nothing. She just having fun, want to get away with and have her friends. And, that's a good thing. Women still need their friends. Like you still need your friends. Even when you guys get into relationships, that don't mean that you lose your friendships. Men that do that, they're unbalanced. They're too engulfed in the woman. Um, you still need your friends. You still need to have your own life. But definitely, I'm sure you are aware, Chris, that different place across the waters, 10 plus hours away, some stuff could go on that you can be unaware of. She's going with some nuns. Shout out to them. Um, so are nuns, you educate me on this, Chris, are nuns basically virgins? Or are these taken religious women in the Catholic Church? You let me know. Or if anybody else knows, you're more than welcome to chat as well. But society has gotten so out of control. It's hard to believe anything. Like, in the middle of creating the Patreon, and one of the first posts I'm going to create and the first videos I'm going to create is the story of this traditional conservative woman that wasn't conservative or traditional at all. And it's a very mind-boggling uh, thing that I came across. It's kind of crazy. So, and that's just down the road, Patreon down the road. But that is crazy. But yeah, when women, I just never trust these labels. Orthodox nuns, some are have been married, husband deceased, widows. Well, shout out to them. Hopefully, I trust that they're good women and that they won't influence your wife to do anything nefarious. It's just a friendly time. They're spending time together and, and having uh, just a good time, enjoying each other's company. But increasingly with women today, it's just hard to trust them. It's just hard to trust really anything. People can say that they're anything. They can say they're this and that, and their actions don't really back these things up. It's unfortunate that we live in a society like that where you can't trust people's words, and it doesn't go as far. People's words don't go as far as they used to go. Extremely unfortunate. But when we do see some people that we do come across that do actually live out whatever they believe in, it is a beautiful thing. I will say that. Some that became nuns early are, still virgins. They are married to the church. Mm, interesting concept. Interesting concept. Um, I'm gonna let you handle that, Chris. I got some questions about that. But a lot of questions about that. But we're gonna let you know more about this than me, so I'm gonna take your word for it. So yep, been on here for about 45 minutes. Gonna wind down a little bit, guys. I know you guys are probably wanting to go to sleep. Some of you guys can go to church in the morning. Shout out to my people that go to church and actually believe in the church, believe in it. Increasingly, nobody really believes in anything. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in their relationship. They don't believe in their friendship. They don't believe in a lot of things. It's unfortunate, but this is the world that we live in. And this is why a lot of you guys feel betrayed and you feel alone, because nobody's really loyal to anything, really. It's unfortunate. And so, yeah, we're gonna live stream tomorrow. It's gonna be a pretty deep one as well. Pause. Church is a scam too, depending on who it is. If the people don't believe in it, it's a scam. But if the people actually live by it, and everybody from the top down believes in it, then yeah, it's not a scam. They actually have a community. But increasingly, we do see a lot of people that are in the church that are untrustworthy. They live in a sisterhood, no men around. Your church might be. So yeah, my perspectives on these things are drastically different than most people. So it's kind of like not even really worth mentioning, because a lot of people don't really think the way I think, and I want to be respectful of people's religions and people's belief system. And I don't want to unintentionally, disrespect anybody. It's just not etiquette and proper. It's as a man, if you that saying really is real, guys. If you can't find anything positive to say, um, really don't say it, especially in your real life. I have to drive 3 hours to Bisbee, Arizona to help at church tomorrow morning. Yeah, you're gonna have to get to sleep early today. Shout out to you. Committed. That dude done got big. He done got, yeah. Pause. Yep. Have you guys been noticing this Larry Wheels and Myron Gaines stuff? This is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. Uh, Myron Gaines. So allegedly, Myron Gaines slid into Larry Wills' wife DMs, and she exposed him on live on one of his streams. Excuse me, which just goes to show you, it's just like, bro, you know these people are married. It's just like, okay, you claim that you're this red pill guy and all this stuff, and that there's certain things you don't do, but you're hitting people's other wives up. Now, granted, do I think Larry Wills's wife is the most innocent woman and the best woman in the world? Probably not, but I mean, golly, it's still you're DMing somebody's woman that's taken. So, and it's unfortunate for him as well because Larry Wills, he said it and she said it that numerous guys are in her DMs, which he can never truly ever be comfortable with. Truth be told, but Larry Wills is one of these guys. He's kind of simping out, and apparently, it seems like it's a little bit of a content strategy as well because it's like they're every time she says something ridiculous that goes against their relationship, it goes viral. So he could be playing all of us. They could be really in love and they could just be on the internet just saying whatever to get money and make clicks. They could be in business together. It's crazy out here. You always have to keep your thinking cap on when you're in today's society because there's so many deception, lies, and people will do anything. People will do anything for uh, clicks nowadays. It's actually quite sick and pathetic. People will do anything. They'll make up stuff. They'll say whatever is the most outrageous thing just to get clicks. It's kind of sad that the level of person that we're creating with technology is truly sad and to me. To see you tomorrow, introvert. I am one of the gym guys in black. Okay, I really know what that means. He said I'm one of the guys in black. Okay. Maybe it's not the church itself, it's the people who are fraudulent by their actions. That's very true. What do you I am minor clergy. Shout out to you. Gonna have to educate us on what that means exactly. He must have left. So yeah, the clergyman apparently wears black. That's an indication of who they are. Uh, hmm, interesting stuff. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna wind down anyways. So we're gonna be right. We're gonna be closing the stream not too far away from you, Chris. You said I cannot, as a clergyman, I cannot take confessions or give communion. Mm. Yeah, because I know the confessional. Yeah, that's a thing in the Cat Orthodox or give communion. Hmm. Yeah, you're educating us tonight. Yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wind the stream down. I really appreciate you guys for being in here for about an hour. Um, you guys get you some rest. We're gonna hit the live stream probably tomorrow night. It could be in the afternoon, depending on it just depends. I gotta do some stuff to do in the morning time. I want to knock out and get done. But you guys look for me either in the afternoon or in the evening time, the nighttime. We'll go live again. So yep, I really appreciate you guys for the coming on this Valentine's Day live stream. It's much appreciated. If you guys are watching the replay, double tap the screen. Make sure you hit the like button, comment your thoughts below. If you guys want to support all the ways you can or in the description below. Again, I thank you guys for being in here. Shout out to Grant, shout out to Chris, shout out to Introvert, OG moderators for being in here. And I will see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.